Hello everyone. CC here, bringing you something a little different. I'm a huge fan and veteran of the game Critical Strike. Ever since I first played it during CS3, I've been enjoying it a lot. Now the game's development is on hold because of a bunch of stuff that happened. The current game, CS5, has a lot of classes both old and new, and I'll be sharing my opinion on those classes. I will be going on based on their class section, starting with the Brawlers. Without further ado, let's begin. Warrior, the first class of the game. It is the true brawler, showing the best showcase of balance, except it doesn't. Warrior is extremely scary to go up against if the user has the big brain. Its iterations since CS3 have made it powerful for an all-around melee class. Back then, its combo was so strong that it can shred low health classes instantly. I hated dealing with it. Now, it can't even use its critical unless you use the first or second ability. Even then it's still so powerful. Overall, not a fan of dealing with this or playing it. Berserker is kind of a mixed bag. It used to have a powerful combo that me and other Berserker users loved to use, specifically Broken Skulls and Akari Sultan. Now, it barely has a fraction of combo potential that it had before, which is a shame since I love pulling it off. Although I'm not too much of a fan of the critical having two separate hitboxes instead of one that does the same amount of damage regardless of where you are in terms of distance from your target. My opinion? Not as good as CS4 Berserker, but at least it isn't too OP. Destroyer is just Warrior with a bigger sword. No, seriously, that's basically what it is, another class that's scary in the right hands. From my experience of dealing with them, they tend to be kinda campy around structures where they can stockpile the rocks from their second ability and launch them if you get close. As for myself, I tend to use the airborne potential given with the first ability and combine it with the stagger that the second ability can provide to deal good damage. Overall, not a bad class at all. Of all the new classes introduced in CS5, Charger is definitely one of my favorites. Before you ask, no, I'm not gonna do a stupid JoJo reference despite it being so obvious with its first ability. However, I feel like this class is really just a one-trick pony. You just use your critical, stun them, use your first ability, wait until the cooldown ends, then repeat until they die. I'm a big fan of the concept of it being just Defender Jr. with it having the charge punch that Defender doesn't have anymore, but its playstyle is honestly kinda boring after a while. Spearman is just one of those classes that's just a pain to deal with, even more than Warrior. The hitboxes are supposed to be precise and require pinpoint accuracy, but nope, they're all jank. Even when it looks like you're not within the range of their attacks, they still hit you. Also, I'm not a fan of the critical only hitting on the edge, despite it just being a full-on circle in CS3. Overall, this is definitely one of my least favorite classes to deal with. I feel like Ravager is really underrated. I rarely ever see anyone else play it. It's quite an interesting class with how it works. It can play both melee and ranges with ammo that can be used in all of its moves, some being more powerful with ammo and others being unusable without. I really like this class a lot, and it's a shame I don't see many in battle. Slayer is definitely one of the most interesting classes with its history. Before CS4, it was well known as an assassin, whose moves became more powerful as it deals and takes damage. When the Gladiator event came to CS4, it was added along with Spearman, except it wasn't an assassin anymore. It was a brawler. To this day I'm still confused as to why they made it a brawler, but it doesn't make it not interesting. Slayer was given an execution mechanic, where if it lands a hit with its critical, and the target was under 20% of their health, they will be instantly KO'd. What's more, it even shows a unique message in the kill feed that'll be in a dark red saying that the target has been executed. Slayer was a fun class to play, and I mained it before it got reworked to be even worse. I honestly prefer that they didn't do that, because Slayer's moves were quick, and the rework just slows them all down. Remember when I said that Spearman's hitboxes were all messed up? Well, ramp that up to 100, and you get Samurai. Don't get me wrong, I love the sheath mechanic that it has where its moves become more powerful when the blade is sheathed. However, the problem is the critical. Because of how quick you can use moves, most samurais I see just use the same string every single time that move gets used, which is extremely obnoxious after some time. It would have been nice if they made it so that all the moves could only be used once during that, which will make it more interesting to play and fight. Like Ravager, I feel like Fighter is a bit underrated as well. It has so much combo potential with Dragon's Fury, which resets the cooldown of the first and second ability, and makes your basic attack do more damage, as well as powering up the next time you use your first or second ability. The critical also maxes out Dragon's Fury, which can lead to a lot of crazy combos, even more than Berserker. It may not be my playstyle, but it's something that I'd like to see a really good user use in battle. That covers up all the brawlers. If you would like to see more of these, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the bell, so you will be notified of when I post a video. If this goes well, then the assassins will be next, but until then, I'm CCdukes, and thanks for watching Critical Opinions. See you next time, and have a nice day.